welcome to another episode of Becoming Her. We have a great episode for you today. I'm saying we, but it's really just me. It's a one-woman show. I don't know why I said we. But basically, today's episode is about becoming her and embracing your own timeline. It's the end of the year. And every time it's the end of the year, it get real heavy for everyone. It's when everybody feels like, did they reach their goals? Everybody's trying to rush their life. Everybody feels like failures low key. And everybody starts to put a whole bunch of pressure on themselves. And I started doing the same thing. I was literally sitting with myself the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I have this on my goal list. And it almost made me feel like what I had accomplished didn't matter because I didn't do certain other things. And I did really big things this year, really big things. But because I didn't accomplish something on my goal the way I thought it was, I was like, oh, that's it. And no, I don't ever want to take away from the things that I've worked really hard for, because those do still matter, and those did happen, and it still did matter to me. So then I started thinking to myself, and I was like, I need to embrace my own timeline, because me embracing this world's timeline is making me feel like what I did is not good enough. And maybe I made those goals and I just didn't know how much time they would actually take. And that's okay. And I was like, okay, well, do I make a new vision board? And then a part of me was like, I don't feel like that would be authentic for me to make a new vision board, because that's still my vision. So why is there a new vision board? Because it's a new year? Okay, we're going to get into that. But basically what I want you to look at this new year as, I don't want the new year to be looked at as a deadline anymore for you or for me. I want it to look like, I want to show my trees. I want it to, for it to be, I want for it to be more of a checkpoint for us, not the end all be all. I just want it to be a checkpoint in our vision, in our plan, in our goals, not just like, oh, this is done, this is it. All right, let's get into the podcast. All right, first thing real quick, I am under the weather, so I am trying to muster up all of my energy to give y'all great energy in this video. And if you feel like my voice sounds a little scratchy, it's going in and out, or my energy is not 100%, go look at my other videos, guys, because I always give great energy. And even though I feel like I'm giving it to you today, if you feel like it might be a little bit off, just bear with me and still come back, because I really do try my best to give y'all the best energy that I can every time I turn on this camera and put it on this space. All right, so let's get into what I was trying to talk about. So I was sitting the other day and I had all these goals and I made a vision board. It's a very beautiful vision board. I'm going to put it up here for y'all because I want y'all to see it too. And I was starting to feel like, okay, does that mean that I have to make a new vision board because it's a new year and I technically didn't finish all my goals that I had wanted to? And I started really getting down on myself because I feel like, girl, you had a whole year to finish these goals and you didn't finish these goals. And I started make it seem like the goals that I did accomplish, the great things that I did accomplish, didn't matter because I didn't finish certain goals. And then I had to sit with myself and say, Raina, time is just a construct made by humans. This new January 1st, it's not magical. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a day. You still have these goals. This is still your vision. This is still Raina's vision. So it doesn't mean that the vision has to change just because it's January 1st. And I mean that for you too. Just because it's January 1st doesn't mean that the goals that you have, the vision that you have for yourself, all of a sudden it's just not here. It's done. Everything is gone. It doesn't have to be like that. You need to be on your time. I have to be on Raina's time. Yes, it didn't happen in 2025, but doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Doesn't mean you gotta rewrite your whole goals and make a whole new goal list, even though you still got the same goals. You can still get it done, and it still will be great when it gets done. It doesn't need to be by December 31st, everything has to be done. No, it almost doesn't even seem realistic to do that to yourself. You know, we need to be realistic with things and say, hey, maybe it didn't happen by this time. That's just a checkpoint. It's not the deadline. We can keep going and we could still acknowledge the great things that we did this year. So you have to remember, becoming her is not seasonal. We're making a her for a lifetime, for the her that you will live in this body with. So maybe it didn't happen this year, but guess what? You have a life that you're becoming her for, right? So you can still do that. It's not the end all be all. It's not like you don't have a chance. You still have a chance to become her. It's not seasonal, baby. You still have time. You have not ran out of time. You can still do it. And I just want you guys to know that you're not delayed. You're not late. You are on your timeline, okay? So we're not on 2026 time. We're not on 2025 time. We're on your time. We're on Raina's time, okay? So what time am I actually on? That's the question that you need to ask yourself, okay? Because we're not going to act like we did nothing when we did great things this year. So getting back to what I was talking about before, if the question is, am I making a new vision board this year? The answer is no. No, 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 no. I put everything on my vision board. I don't know about y'all, but I put everything on my vision board that I wanted for my whole entire life. It didn't happen in 2025, certain things. Certain things did happen. Certain major, beautiful things happened, but not all of them. So I feel like it would be unauthentic for me, and maybe even for you guys, to make a whole new vision board when the vision should, if the vision was authentic, right? Most of the vision is still the same. So to make a whole new vision board wouldn't make much sense, you know? So I'm not making a new vision board. If anything, I'm just going to make plans to follow through with the vision that I still have. And it's not, yes, I'm going to give myself somewhat of a timeline for those plans, because timelines get you closer to that time than not having a timeline. But I'm not going to make it seem like if it doesn't happen in that time, it's never going to happen. Because then the timeline or the vision board is kind of being counterproductive, right? So I just want you guys to know, incomplete doesn't equate to failure. It just means you just need a little bit more time. And that's okay. It's okay to need a little bit more time. If you haven't finished your goals, that doesn't mean you give up. It means your vision still matters. Okay? It still matters. You still have time to do it. You still can do it. Just because it's not 2025 doesn't mean it's not going to get done. Okay? I didn't outgrow my vision. I'm still growing into it. So I'm still going to take the time to focus and move closer and more towards those same dreams. And the thing about restart culture with this new year, new me type of thing, it sounds great and it is great, but sometimes it allows you to run away from the responsibilities of what you had to do. It allows you to escape the hard parts, the difficult parts, to just be like, oh, well, I'll make a new goal. No. The goal should still be the same. The goal is still here. You're not going to be like, you know what? I said I was going to do a 5K. You know what? New year, new me. I'm going to do a 2K. No, the goal is still 5K. You didn't finish it in 2025, but maybe you'll finish it in March of 2026. The goal, you shouldn't be trying to avoid your goals to make a goal that is just easier because it's a new year. I feel like a lot of people use that as a way to escape, to take away from accountability and to take away from discipline and just rearrange things. One of my goals this year was to lose 40 pounds, right? I only lost about 30 something pounds, right? I don't want to say only like that was nothing. No, I lost 30 something pounds, but the goal is still 40. I'm still going to get to 40, you know? But if I was just like, you know what? It's 2026. Like, my goal now is just to tighten up. No, baby, the goal is still 40. We're not going to give up. We're still going to continue to do the fight. We're still going to keep working hard. We're still going to count them calories. We're still going to work out. We don't get to run away from things because they got too hard. We're going to stick to it. So these constant resets break accountability. We're still going to stay on the same goals and the same patterns and the same hard work that we still decided to do when we decided to put into these goals into fruition, right? Growth requires staying when it's uncomfortable. And one thing that will make things uncomfortable is when you thought it was going to be done by December 31st and you see it's January 1st. That's a very uncomfortable place to be in, right? That's really hard to keep pushing through. But baby, we gonna do it. One thing that sets people apart from being extraordinary or just great is if you're willing to go through the uncomfortable parts. If you stay consistent through the uncomfortable seasons, right? So here's our uncomfortable season. It's December 31st. You looked up, you worked hard, and you didn't make the goal. Okay? Baby, it happened, and it's okay. You listen, only 30 something pounds. Baby, that could be hard, baby. I'd be like, baby, I was so close to 40. So it's an uncomfortable season, but we can still make it. Push through those uncomfortable moments so you can be extraordinary, so you can be great, so you can hold yourself accountable. Sometimes new goals are just ways to escape old responsibilities. We're not doing that. We rebrand, we rename, we restart instead of just staying consistent. We're not doing that. Becoming her isn't about novelty. It's about following through. We are doing that. So ask yourself, am I resetting because I evolved or because I got tired? Because it was too hard, because it was too uncomfortable. You need to ask yourself that question, be real with yourself, and then figure out what you're doing from there. So with us having probably the same vision, it's like, okay, Raina, where does that leave me now, right? So we're going to have the same vision. We're just going to have different adjustments. Maybe the way you thought you could get there needs a little bit of tweaking. Maybe you thought it was just calorie counting. Maybe you might need to do some extra cardio on top of the calorie counting. Maybe you thought it was just, I just had to read a book for my mental health. Now you might need to start adding in meditation. We're just adjusting it a little bit, okay? So we can get to our goals in a different way. It's still the same vision, the same goal, just different adjustments to our plan. So that maybe the way you thought you were getting there was just not the route for you. Some of us, we found a good route. Like if I already see I'm at 30 something pounds, right? I don't think I'm going to adjust nothing. I'm going to continue to do what worked, right? But if you thought, for instance, for me, this is another one of my goals that just didn't work out. I thought I was going to find a way to make double the amount that I was being paid. It didn't happen. I didn't make double the amount. So I adjust. Maybe I might have to take a few more courses. Maybe I might have to do some travel work. I adjust in ways to make it to that same goal. It's just little adjustments to get to the same goal that you had before. So maybe you don't need a new vision board. You just need a new plan. Maybe you just need new strategies. Maybe you just need a different timeline. But just the same exact goal. We're just making little tweaks, little adjustments to get us there, okay? So same vision, softer pressure, and smarter steps. That's what we're doing this year. So it's important also to remember, like we said before, becoming her is continuous, not annual. So with that being said, we're creating an identity. We're not making just a yearly goal. We need to we need to prioritize the identity we're trying to become over just yearly goals, right? So, sorry, y'all. Sorry, I don't know what just happened, but I fixed it. Becoming her is layers. There's layers to it, right? So with those layers, we need to understand that just because it's a new year doesn't mean that the layer is over. We're still making this new identity. We're still continuing with this. We're not just stopping it because it's a new year. You know what you're trying to be. You know what the vision of her is. You know what the goal is. We don't just stop. So we need to remember also that progress is not loud. Progress is not loud. So just because it's a new year doesn't mean it's just like, oh my gosh, everything's just done and ready. No, progress sometimes doesn't happen in the timeline that we give it, but it still can happen. It's not loud. It's not gonna just happen at the timeline we give it, but it could still happen. It just might just take some extra time. And it just might be a little bit more quieter. It might not be like, oh my gosh, I got it done in 2025 in under a year. Sometimes it might be in a weird spot. I got it done in a year and 4 months and a half. Sometimes it's not loud, it's quiet, and it's okay. So this is a lifelong evolution you're trying to do. And it's going to take a lot of commitment and sacrifices and accountability and responsibility on your part to stick to it, even in the hard parts, even at the end of the year when it's like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Are you going to restart? Are you going to make new goals? Nope. I'm sticking to mine. And what about it? So if you're listening to this and feeling behind, I just want you to take a breath. Take your time. You got it, sis. I know you do. You got it. If anybody can do it, Bookie, it's going to be you. So you're going to get it done in your timing. But don't take that as an opportunity to start slipping or to make something that could have been done in a year and a half and take 2 years to do it, or just never do it. Don't take that as an opportunity to just scale back. Like I said, take the 2025 not as a deadline, but as a checkpoint, right? So we're not slipping back. We're still moving forward. It's just we're moving forward in a different way. But we're always going to move forward. There's always going to be a checkpoint. We're still moving forward. If you didn't, I want y'all to remember you didn't miss anything. You're still going to do it. You're still doing great. You're still doing amazing. Sorry, y'all. And you're still in it. You're still in this race. You're still in this marathon. You're still getting it done. You're still going to become her, Bookie. And I have all the trust in you. You're going to see, maybe if you didn't get it done by the end of 2025, maybe by March, maybe you're going to be like, oh, I got it done, right? Still great, still amazing. I'm still rooting for you. Happy for you. Yes, girl. So you're not late, you're becoming. And with that being said, that's the end of our podcast. If y'all have never came to my podcast, go ahead and listen to the rest of my videos. I'm thankful for you guys coming and listen to me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week because these are weekly. Bye.